Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and this is the new moose pattern. It's also a caribou or reindeer pattern because the pattern includes two different shapes of antlers. It's got wide palmate antlers for the moose, and it also has some tall spiky antlers for the caribou. It also comes in two different sizes, so you can make it this size where the moose or the caribou will fit entirely in a normal 10-inch square block, or you can make it larger where the head and body fits in a normal 10-inch block, but the antlers overlap into other blocks. And I'll show you at the end all of those possibilities. For now, here's how to make it. All right, this is the video showing how to assemble the moose or caribou block if you are not using a light box. So I've got all of my pieces prepared here. Let me show you what that means. So I have I've used paperback fusible adhesive. I use Heat and Bond Light for all of my quilts. I fused the template pieces to the wrong side of the fabric, and then I cut it out on the solid lines. The dotted lines are placement guides. They show you where other applique pieces are going to sit on top of this piece. So those dotted lines need to be transferred over to the fabric side of each piece. And you can do that by just holding it up into a window. The other thing that you need to transfer are these solid lines. So there's one here for his smile and one here for the eyelashes. The eyelashes are optional, and I'm not going to do them on this one, but I will show you another example where I did do them so you can see what it looks like. But you need to transfer those the same way. And I just use a fine tip black Sharpie, nothing fancy. It is a permanent marker, but that's okay because you're going to stitch over those lines, like this mouth, with some black thread, and so you'll never see that marker line again, so that is okay. So now we are ready to start putting the pieces together, and I'm going to start with the piece at the bottom, the shoulder piece. So I should point out that this pattern is for a moose or for a caribou or reindeer. They're called different things in different countries. The body is the same, but the antlers are obviously different for the two animals. And I also did it in two sizes. So you're going to see this head looks a little smaller than most of the animals that I do. And that's because there needed to be room in the block for his antlers to fit. So I'm going to take this, we drew this line here, I'm going to just lay this down until it covers that line. And once that line is covered, we know we have a good amount of overlap, and then this quilt will be able to be laundered later. So I laid this down so that that straight edge at the bottom of the body is lined up with the bottom edge of my block. And I did that because I want this to look what I call snapshot style. I want it to look like I took a photo of this caribou and I zoomed in on his face. So he has a body, it's just cropped out of the photo. And to get that look, I line that edge up so that that bottom edge will be hidden in the seam allowance, and it'll give that illusion. So tucking this headpiece behind that muzzle there. So anyway, I've done this a size so that the whole thing can fit into a 10-inch block. But I also did, in the same pattern, you're going to get also pieces for a larger size version of the moose and the caribou, where the head and shoulders fit in the block just like all of the other animals, but the antlers stick out into other blocks, which is just kind of a fun illusion. And I think I have done this the wrong way. Hang on a second. That goes like that. Yes, that looks better. The other option that you can do that I'm going to show you examples of all of those. And then there is one other option that I did not show the example of, and that is to use the big size, but crop out the antlers and the antlers where they would extend into other blocks. And you can think of this like, I like to think of my quilts as kind of like a school photos, like a yearbook kind of thing, where all of the animals have their own little block for their photo. And you can't tell the relative sizes of them because they all are just having their photo done with their face being the focus of it. And so you can think of those antlers being the same way, where imagine if this caribou was having his photo taken at school, either the photographer is going to have to zoom way out to get all of his antlers in, or more likely, he would just crop the antlers out of the photo the same way the rest of his body is cropped out. So you've got 3 different options for how you can position these guys in their blocks with their gigantic antlers. But this one is going to be where the photographer has zoomed out enough so that the body is getting cropped out, but the antlers are not. So the eyes are identical to each other, the nostrils are identical to each other, but the nostrils are the bigger of the 2 ovals. All right, so that is that. Now I'm going to fuse him all into place. All right, so that is ready for me to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to do all of the outline stitching, and then I'll bring it back here and I'm going to show you another caribou or reindeer, a big-sized one, and I'm also going to show you 2 different moose blocks that I made. So all of these are in different colors, but they also show the different sizes, and they show it with or without the eyelashes. So you're going to see lots of different options for this block. All right, here is one finished moose. But I also want to show you this. So this is the small moose, and I'm going to show you also the small caribou. So here is the small caribou. So everything is the same. The body is the same, but the antler shapes are different, and the caribou has visible ears. Moose have ears, obviously, but their ears sit behind their horns and their antlers, and they're often kind of hidden. And when I added them, it just looked kind of cluttered and messy. So they're just not visible on there. So imagine they're just behind the antlers. So those are 2 of the small versions. Before I show you the giant versions, I want to show you one more moose that I made. So here is a moose with a little miniature version of the lemming popping into his block from the side just to say hello. But I've also got now a large version of each size. So first I'm going to show you the large moose. So let me see if I can get him in here. So there is the moose, and you can see I had to sew 6 different blocks together to get all of his antlers into the space. And I've done the same thing with a caribou, but first I just wanted to point out, so his head fits roughly, it fits inside the normal 10-inch square blocks that I do, just like all of the other animals. It's just the antlers that go out over the edges. You could also show a big version of the animal and just crop any of the antlers out, just have them go right up to the edge of the block, and when you trim your block to size and sew them together, it'll just give the illusion of them being cropped out of the photo. I like to think of almost all of my patterns as like a yearbook photos, where all of the animals each animal has his own photo that he did with the photographer. And so when it comes to the moose and the caribou, you have to imagine that this animal comes into the photographer, and the photographer is a little bit stumped. Should they zoom way out so that they get the full antlers in the picture? That's what he's done in the smaller version of the blocks. Or does he zoom in get the face of the kid roughly the same size as all of the other kids in their photos, and the enormous antlers just get cropped out of the photo? So both of them are right. It just is a matter of personal preference and what you're looking for your particular quilt design. So with that said, I'm going to show you my giant caribou. So he does not have all of his surrounding blocks yet. So I've done everything on the caribou, and I've just left the antlers on it. They're anchored down, they're fused down at the bottom, but they are still loose up at the ends. And that's because I'm going to make him into his final finished blocks when I do the Polar Pals. I'm working on an Arctic Chill bundle that is a bunch of Arctic animals, and then I'm also working on a Polar Pals bundle that is a collection of some Arctic animals that didn't make it into the Arctic Chill bundle, and also some Antarctic animals. So they'll be together in the Polar Pals. But I'm doing them all in the same color palette, so that in the end, I'm going to take all of the animals from both of those bundles and I'm going to make myself one quilt that has all of the Arctic Chill and the Polar Pals animal in it. And that's when this giant caribou or reindeer is going to get his surrounding animals and be made into his finished quilt. So for now, you can see what he looks like when he's loose and just waiting for his neighbor blocks to come in. So that is the new moose and or caribou / reindeer pattern. So we call them caribou here, and their same animal is called reindeer in Europe, but it's the same animal. That's the new pattern. You can get it at Shiny Happy World. One pattern gets you both sizes and both antler variations. I'm Wendy, and I will see you next time.